Hey you guys, it's Lexi. Today I'll be doing a tutorial on the two-tone contrasting bean bags I made. Now I know bean bags are pretty basic and you can make them however you want in any size. So they're really fun for some DIY projects or anything you want to do with your kids and do some basic sewing. Now I do have a side note that I do want to add. While you are cutting out your muslin squares, just be aware of the size of bean bag you choose. You want your muslin squares to be slightly smaller, about a ½ inch smaller than your physical bean bags. That way you can slide them in with no problem and get them out no problem. So right here are all the items you guys will need to make your bean bags. And once you're done watching this video, go ahead and scroll over to the description box. I will have some links in there for you guys to buy any of these products. My 4½ inch square cutout, I cut out 6 blue squares, 6 red squares, 12 squares of muslin, and using the grid lines on my mat and with my longer ruler, I cut out long 1-inch strips. I wasn't too worried about the length. As long as it's longer than the 4½, you're good. I love to organize as I'm working. So what I did was I took 2 of the squares that are the same fabric, 8 strips of the opposing contrasting fabric, and put them all aside. Once I did that, then I went into step 3. This right here is just a video of you guys watching me sew the strips on, which is part of step 3. Please take note, in the next step you'll be asked to pin. I recommend you pinning up to down instead of side to side. It reduces the chance of breaking your needle if you accidentally sew over your pin. So for step 3, you guys will take a 4½ inch cutout. What I did was I took 2 of the 1-inch strips, as you will see in a video, that I took the 2 1-inch strips, pinned them down, and I went ahead and sewed. Then I took 2 more of the same 1-inch strips and pinned, and then I sewed those down just so I wasn't getting too much fabric all mixed in. I didn't want to sew anything down wrong. So you will see that coming up. Then you will repeat this until all of your strips are pinned and sewn down. I used a little metal tray on my sewing machine to help me find my 5/8 inch of a seam allowance. You guys will want to go ahead and do your seam allowance as well. It's very critical to sewing because if you don't do a seam allowance, your seams will rip and your project will be ruined. For step 4, you're going to go ahead and take 1 of your blue squares with red borders, another blue square with red borders. Go ahead, face like sides together, pin all 4 sides, and repeat this for the rest of the squares. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and sew 3 of the sides completely shut, leaving the 4th side just 1/4 to 1/3 of the way open. Step 5, you want to go ahead and take your muslin squares, line them all together. It doesn't matter which side. You're going to go ahead, pin, sew all 3 sides shut, leaving the 4th one shut just slightly bit so you can put about 16 ounces of your bean bag fill in. Once you get your bean bag fill in there, go ahead and finish sewing that bad boy up. Now for step 6, you're going to go ahead and take your bean bags, flip them right side out, so now we have none of the sewing seams facing the wrong way. Then you're going to go ahead, wiggle your muslin sack with the bean bag fill, wiggle that into your bean bags, and sew close the 4th side. Once that's closed, your bean bags are ready to go. So I hope this tutorial was helpful to everyone in some shape, way, or form. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or pointers, feel free to mention it in the comments below. And while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe to my page. Thank you.